Good morning. So, who comes from the IT industry? Who comes from the non-IT industry? Great. Okay. Okay. So, my name for who missed the introduction today, the morning. My name is Feras El HAJJAR. I'll be presenting how JIRA and Confluence, both applications from Atlassian, can help organizations working in different industries. I mean, you're from the IT industry, but you're working, I mean, the IT teams, but working for different industries, I guess. How JIRA and Confluence together can enhance their collaboration and can make you produce more with less effort, and especially how to enhance collaboration between cross departments and not only inside the team itself. So who knows JIRA already? Okay. For the non-JIRA users, no idea about JIRA, so okay, only two? Okay, great. It's okay, because this presentation is for the, it's an introduction about JIRA and Confluence, so it will give you an idea how to implement quick wins in your organizations inside your teams. So let's start by thank you for the sponsors. So you've seen this morning, and the partners. And let's jump directly into the problems, okay? Because we have problems in different industries. Okay, we work a lot at Infosista. We work a lot with larger scale, teams and like banks, telecom companies, governments, and also with small teams. Okay, so we work with both. And all teams and all organizations today, they have this problem of collaboration across departments. Okay. So to introduce a little bit the problem, because we'll talk about the problem and we'll talk about the solutions. If you take any organization, you know, the goals of an organization comes from the management. Okay, so this is high-level goals that goes into departments, and after that to teams, and after that to the member of the collaborator of each team. And a lot of time, it's a common problem. We forget that we are working for the organization and not for the team. And we forget to align our goals with the other department's goals in order to deliver the goals of the organization, and because it's a win-win situation. Okay, so this is a common problem. It comes from the rush of business itself, okay, for the daily job that we have. All of you have daily tasks, and you raise tasks for others, and you receive tasks from other departments. And the problem is how you can take a step back and see the big picture of what you are doing on a daily basis in both project mode or business as usual mode. This makes sense for you? Okay, this is your daily challenge, right? Okay, so here we are talking about, all of the organizations today works with different teams present in different locations. If you are in two different floors in your company, it means you are in two different countries. Because people will work in each one in his own team and never, had the chance or the time to collaborate with the other departments and to make things moving faster. Okay, so we need to communicate more with tech tools. And here we can talk about Confluence. We'll see Confluence later. So it's all about collaboration over content. What is the content? It is any kind of information you are sending from a department to another. Okay, it can be a document. It can be, a page. It can be a minutes of meeting. It can be any action plan. It can be an information, a procedure, whatever, but it is a content that you need to collaborate. And you need to engage your stakeholders. So how to engage the stakeholders working with you? Because I can be a developer, but it's not enough. The job, it's not done by the developer only. On top of the developer, you have the business analyst, you have the project managers, and you have the requester itself. And after, if you don't go the downstreams, you have the testers, the quality assurance, and the production. So how to engage people by collaboration, we'll see this in Confluence. So the key factor here is to organize your work and to communicate about your work. Because if you're still in your team working and delivering the best of the best inside your team, okay, the job is not done. It's done from your side. So what is the real done? We'll see how we'll do it. So a lot of content, I believe that you have a lot of contents inside your organizations that you need to organize, and you need to plan it in a good way in order to deliver with efficiency. So let's move to Confluence to show you. It's not a training. It's only about capabilities on Confluence to show you how you can go back to your teams or to your organizations and see what kind of quick wins you can have after this presentation. So I need just to log in. So to give you an idea very quickly about Confluence, what you see here, we have a very simple structure. You have spaces, and you have people, and you have the create button. Okay, spaces. It's where you can create a workspace, okay, for your teams. This space can be any kind of a container, of your document. It can be your team space. Let's say you have an HR department, or you have your Java development team department, and you need to capitalize on your content. Let's say you have Java procedures, how-tos, knowledge that you need to track on this, or something like I don't know, decisions or designs. The first session was about prototyping and design. So imagine that you have like a mock-up or a design that you need to engage. The developers and the testers. It is a content. Okay, so spaces here, it's where you build your container. So the spaces here are where you create your spaces for your teams. It can be a space team, it can be a project where you need, let's say you have a project of a certain implementation of a mobile app or web application or your business as usual, where you can create your container and put all your content inside this container. What is the difference here between Word document or Excel sheets and an email? The problem with emails, you know it, okay? You will send an email and you have to follow up on this email and to track it and to mark it in your Outlook, and it is only shared by the receiver of this email, where the Excel sheet is excellent, okay? The Excel sheet is excellent to track, but the Excel sheet is for you. It's not a collaboration tool that you can send because you'll have problems with the versionings, etc. The Word document can be also a tool, an interface, but it should be tracked for engagement, how to engage people with content. So let's see an environment where I will show you some of examples relevant to your daily job. You're working in both project and business as usual modes. So you have a space. We created a space. Let's say I will show you a few examples later on in our company how we manage these spaces. And you can template. Okay, you can template your contents. So let's say I need to take a decision, or I need to write a how-to article, or a meeting notes, minutes of meeting, or a product requirements. Let's say I need to template my product requirements and give it to the system. Retrospectives, etc., etc. So let's start by the product requirement. The key is always in the design. If you design well, if you communicate well, okay, the job will get done by different stakeholders. So the more you are clear in the collaboration and the content, the more the job will be done in an efficient way. So this is an example of a page. For example, here I will put enhance the HR module of my ERP or HRMS. Okay, so you can put, you can put whatever like information you need to tackle, like the target release, the document status, the document owner, the designers, the developers, the quality assurance, all of this, and you template what you need to capture in these requirements. The goals behind your requirements, the background and strategic fit, the assumptions, and the business rules, etc., etc. So the idea behind this, okay, you have this today already in your systems where Word, Excel, etc. But the difference here is the engagement. How can I engage with people from other departments, like the developers and testers, etc. So this page will enable you to put and to collaborate with people from your team and to put actions. I need just to, it's not easy to have the micro in one hand and the laptop in another hand. So let's say on these requirements you need collaboration from another person in the organization. So you will annotate on, this person, and you'll send your message, and that's it. The person in the place will be engaged in this content. So this is the first content that I can engage people with. I can build an action plan and put people inside this action plan and tell, let's say, we'll see this in an example. Okay, so let's say I'm writing a minutes of meeting on a certain project, and so you have the information that you need to capture in this meeting, and here you can tell, okay, send XYZ to stakeholders. Okay, this action is assigned to, I don't know, someone from the team by a certain date. Okay, so it will let you create and follow up on your actions. So let's say you have a page. Oh, the resolution is terrible. So let's have a date, and you have actions, and you need to put dates, and you need to assign people on these actions, and you need to follow up later on. Okay, it's not only to write a document and to send it by email, because this kind of document is a content shared in a knowledge base or in a content management system. So you'll put your actions, you'll assign them, and you add dates and all of this, and notifications will be managed inside the team. What is the difference here? The difference is you can come at any moment to your space. I will show you some spaces. So let's take, for example, the marketing team space. So you can come at any moment and take knowledge or engage or add or collaborate within these contents. You can track all of this, the marketing. For example, in this space you have all the marketing actions that you can track. You have for example, the company profile, the guidelines. If you have policies and procedures, your logos, your examples of designs, etc., etc. You can put them here in one single space where you can engage people inside. Instead of taking this into Word documents or static documents. Okay. Another example can be, for example, a product. I will show you this. Okay. So another example can be a product space, where if you have a mobile app or you have a web application or any kind of application inside your organization, and you need to build documentation for it, or you need to build I don't know, rules and administrations how-tos, installations how-tos, access and permissions, etc., etc. It's where you can design your page, embed your screenshots or videos, etc., etc., and check. For example, here we have an application called App for Legal, where you can embed your videos directly in the page, and having this kind, of documentation, like the how-tos for how to get started on it, your how-tos, the administration and setup, and all of this can be put in one single place to ease the collaboration between different departments. The more you share information, and the more you put information here, the more you engage your different stakeholders. Is it relevant for you for your daily work? It's a content management. This is not only a document, but this is the idea. We'll see later JIRA and Confluence and how we can collaborate between Confluence and JIRA for the full tracking of the idea. So the easiness of the content, it's the easiness of the content, it's how you engage, because this is an ongoing effort, and this is how you make your people put more and more data and share data and collaborate, and this is how you bridge. This is how you minimize, the difference between, or the distance between departments. Okay, so you have the examples of administrations of your spaces, and this is where you can create, your content and collaborate on top of it. Okay. Do you have already a content management system in your organizations? Yes? Murex, yes. Sure. Do you have a content management system? Yes? No? Okay. So, this is a quick win regarding the collaboration on Confluence, and we'll see this on top of JIRA in the coming slides. Any questions so far? Okay. The other sets of, the second sets of problems is the visibility, tracking and reporting. It's always a challenge, okay, to work in a certain environment and to give visibility for the other departments, or to give visibility to the stakeholders, because I can be very busy in the tasks assigned to me, and I have a backlog. Each one of us, we can work on a huge backlog, and the visibility is a challenge because we receive a lot of complaints from the organizations we work with, that we are not aware about the decisions taken by the other departments, or the project launched by this department or that department. So here we are talking about the problems of visibility. How can I give more visibility of what I'm doing every day to the different stakeholders that I don't see, on a daily basis? They can be in a different location or in a different country, and how to achieve, this challenge of giving visibility and tracking to make my job, done, and to make it, to make the reporting easy. So this small win, the quick wins here is to build, is to fine-tune your process. Okay, so the key idea is to have a process with a buy-in from different stakeholders, where you can design a process and put it for, the different stakeholders into your organization, and we'll see this in JIRA how to get it. So that's why if we talk JIRA, for people who don't know JIRA, this is the #1 solution used by Agile team today, by Gartner, in the Magic Quadrant of Gartner. It is designed to implement Agile methodologies like Kanban and Scrum. This is where you can also track the collaboration over content, also in a collaboration over tasks and workflows. Okay, so we'll see this on JIRA directly. So let me log into JIRA also. Yes? Yes? Yes, it's a long story. 10 years ago, I mean, it's from a Japanese name called Kojira, the Godzilla and the Kojira, and it's a volcano name. It was moved to, it was I think Godzilla from I mean the backtracking system, and after that moved to JIRA from the Japanese name Kojira, okay, which is a volcano. People in the US pronounce it JIRA sometimes. Mm-hmm. No, it's a Java platform. It's a pure Java platform where, I mean, you have a lot of web services talking with, I mean, the technical platform. But it's a Java-based platform. So to give you an idea about JIRA, a quick introduction. Even if some of you, they know JIRA already, but it's important. I lost the projection also. I don't know. Yes, yes. Duplicate. Okay.
So فين نظبط الريزولوشن بعد؟
Put it a lower resolution.
هو هاير كلمة تظبط أكتر. ما بيبين ظهري.
يلا أحسن. Okay. Move to there. Okay, perfect. Nice. Okay, so JIRA is also an Atlassian product. We implement this kind of systems to track the information and to build processes, the real processes between teams. This is not a training on the system. I need just to show you the capabilities of it, because I'm really sure that you, if you are developers, you use already maybe Bugzilla or internal tracking system. But the idea here is out of the box, you have a lot of functionalities that you can come back to your organizations and see it again. For people who knows JIRA, it's also an idea about how you can extend the capabilities and give this, this system another extension for maybe for business teams and not only for IT teams. So a quick introduction about JIRA, because we should start from there. We talk about projects, okay? This is here where you can track your projects. A project, it's not always a project management, okay? It can be a container of your daily tasks. Okay, so it can be a project where you have a start and end date, so you deliver your project at the end of the day, and it can be also a container of your daily work, your daily tasks of in your team. And the powerful of JIRA is two things, okay? The project itself and what we call here issues. Issues, you can, for the moment, it's a task. I mean, that it's like any task that can be assigned to anyone. So you are a requester and you are an assignee on a certain task, and you need to create tasks and to receive tasks. So this is where you define your tasks here. So you have the projects where you group your tasks and you categorize them. So let's say you have development tasks, you have design tasks, and etc. And you have the tasks themselves where you can define the types, I mean the granularity of their types, and tell, okay, I have tasks for, I don't know, bug fixing, I have enhancements, new features, etc., etc. So with this combination, tasks and projects, all the game here will be played on in JIRA. Okay, is it clear? Great. So let's say we'll start with something. I mean, here we are on the search engine. I will show you directly where you can see things in a board. Okay. Are you familiar with Kanban boards? Kanban? Who doesn't know Kanban? No, you know better. You know very well about Kanban. Okay. Okay. So Kanban, again, it's also a Japanese. If you need to ask the origin, it's also a Japanese name. Okay. The Kanban methodologies was invented by Toyota in order to accelerate the delivery and deliver by iteration. Okay. It is one from the Agile methodology, which is addressed more for people working in non-dedicated teams. Okay. So you have Scrum. Do you know Scrum? Scrum methodologies, where you deliver by sprints and by iterations. Okay, Kanban is addressed more for people who, working in different type of tasks. Okay, and they are not dedicated for a certain type of work. We have a lot of teams working part-time for the, DB maintenance, and after that a little bit of development, a little bit of testing. And here, Kanban is the best fit for them, even in project mode. For ad hoc tasks, I mean, every day we receive tasks, right? And we generate tasks. And we have assignees, and we have stakeholders, and people watching these tasks. So it's also a good fit for them in order to follow. The Kanban idea is, it is a game. It's like the physical board that you have in your team. Okay? If you have a physical board where you put post-its, okay, you put post-its for the things in progress and things done and etc. and the planning for the next iteration. So this is the same idea here. So in this board, this is a tasks board. Okay, we rename it a task board. You can rename it. You can name it whatever you want. Okay, this is a container of a certain task. The first column is your backlog. It's all the tasks that you receive or you generate. It's up to you. Okay, to decide. This is the backlog, what we call backlog in a team. Okay, the open things or the new tasks. And after that, you have some columns of in progress columns, which is here is the kitchen of the progress. And the last column is the closed column. Okay, so the game is to take each card, which is a task here, assigned for someone, requested by someone, on a certain delivery date, okay, and to take this card and move it from a column to a column until it's closed, and when it's closed, it's resolved. Is it clear? Good. So this is a simple workflow that we designed. It doesn't mean it is mandatory for your organization. So we have the first column is the new tasks. The second column is need more information. So when I request more information from the requester, and the third column is the in progress. And after that, I have on hold for a certain reason or needs revision, closed by the assignee and approved by the requester or closed by the requester. So this is, sorry? It's not a sprint, it's a Kanban methodology, okay? There's no sprint at all because this is a business as usual, okay? The delivery of any task, okay? I'm not talking only about development. I'm talking about any task. For example, you send a task for the DB admin to prepare the database. This is a task, right? Okay. It's any task, any type of task. You can send the task for the system admin to prepare your server. You can send the task for the service desk to prepare, I don't know, to fix your laptop, etc., etc. This is any kind of task. This is one example. Not related. That's why we are talking Kanban. Yes, exactly. Yes, the Scrum methodology, when you deliver by sprints, it means you have a dedicated team and you have a release cycle. Okay? And in this release cycle, you will define, okay, I have 2 sprints per release, and I need to deliver the first 15 tasks in this release because I have 3 developers in my team. Okay? This is, we'll talk about the Scrum methodology. This is the other methodology of Agile, which is Kanban board for the daily work, for the ad hoc operations and ad hoc works. Okay? It works also for development teams where you don't have dedicated developers. So let's say you have developers working on PHP and on Java and on mobile, and from day to day you change their, from a week to another you change their release cycle. Here Kanban is a better fit than Scrum. Okay. So the idea here in JIRA is to each task here. Like I said, it's a card. So this card can be moved from a column to another column based on your workflows. Okay? So you define your workflow and you tell, okay, this is my process, how I work today, because I have developers, I have designers, and I have testers, and I have the release management and production. So you define your steps and you tell how this card can navigate to be done. And by this, it's not only a simple process, because I can do this in Excel. Okay, I can do this in Excel, and I send the Excel sheet for interested parties. The idea here is the real-time update, okay, and the visibility. So you have tracking and you have visibility, because any member can log into this board and see, okay, we have 24 tasks in progress in this. If you are working Scrum, in this sprint we have this 24 tasks in progress. So the idea about the task assigned to, we will take this, about the task assigned to Jad Karam, for example. I will flag it. Non-scheduled? Behind schedule. Yes, this is the example of scheduling. This is if you have in your workflow a scheduling phase where you need to have a backlog and you have a team leader scheduling and assigning these cards. Okay, you can have it in a second board. We'll see this in an ALM board. Okay, this is a simple task board. We'll see the other board where we talk more about your concern, which is the development and the product ownership of scheduling, acknowledging scheduling, going to development, going to testing, etc., etc. Okay, we'll see this in the next board. So if I take this card, I will show you only for people who doesn't know JIRA and Kanban, the principle, and we'll move forward for the you don't know JIRA also. Okay, great. So in this card, if you click on it, you'll see all its details. Okay, and you'll see, okay, the reporter is Feras, the assignee is Jad, etc., etc. You configure whatever you want, you need to capture at this level. Okay, and you can add a step between these 2 steps. Instead of taking this in pull mode, because if you have a team and you are assigning on a daily basis your tasks, you need to put a backlog where people can pull the tasks. And this is the best efficiency where you don't have this micromanagement on a daily basis. Because in product management, in development management, in the development life cycle, you need to schedule your sprint and you need to schedule your release. And here where you need to put the best effort on your scheduling phase, the planning. But here we are talking about ad hoc tasks where they should come and click assign to me and pull this request from a certain backlog. Okay, you see the difference? So I come to, if I'm Jad, I will read the task. If it's clear to me, or I can request more information from the requester, I can move it in progress, and this will do the job moving from a step to another step and informing stakeholders, because you have vouchers on this task. You can add vouchers and involve more people in this task, create subtasks, etc., etc. So the idea of Kanban is, long story short, is to play on these cards in a certain mechanism of priority, which is the rule number one in Agile and priorities. And it's up to me to check the priorities of things and to move them to the done column. And this is how I get the job done. And the more you split your work into small tasks, the more you get your job done in an efficient way. So if I give you an example, enhance the module XYZ in my application. This is not a task, this is a project. Okay? This is a big project that you can never, see the progress of it if you need to check your Kanban. So the more you split your work, like, okay, design phase and design the module XYZ in my application. And after that, validate the design with the stakeholders. And after that, mock up or prototype my design, etc. These are tasks. And these tasks, you can see the bottleneck and you can see where is the delay and how you need to facilitate things to move forward. Okay? So this is the idea about the JIRA task board. Let's see another board to talk more about ALM, Application Lifecycle Management. So I will show you very quickly some boards. These are examples. So this is a board for a product manager, okay? The product owner, not the project manager, the product owner who receives the backlog of people, all the requesters coming from the clients maybe, and internally from the internal enhancement, the continuous enhancement. And all the requests are coming in the status new. And here, the product owner with the business analysts, with the business teams, they go into the phase of solution design, specs, the preparation and the acknowledgement of these specs, and the acknowledgement by the committee or the product owner until scheduling. Okay, so this is the first workflow. This is the first part of the SDLC where we need to acknowledge and schedule. Okay, and in order to acknowledge, we involve different stakeholders. Sometimes we involve from the development because we need to check the feasibility of this development, the effort of it, the strategic point of this development. And after that, the scheduling, which is based usually on two important factors, which is the effort. Okay, I need to see the effort on this task, and the wish date. Okay, so this is a board. An example of boards can be used by the product owner or the product management of a certain development. Again, to insist on this point, these boards are very dynamic. Okay, they are not out of the box, and you need to fit. You need to modify or change your work to fit into these workflows. These boards are configurable. Usually you have best practices in ALM or SDLC, and these best practices can be fine-tuned in order to serve your structure inside the team, and not the opposite. Okay? At the end of the day, do not forget that you are not selling processes, you are selling your product, and you need to go. I've heard a lot of companies in operations, they want to implement ITIL. They want to be certified ITIL and ITIL processes. And if you check inside the team, you will see that you have 3 people inside the team, and ITIL, you don't have a committee, you don't have CAB, etc., etc. So it's not always about standards, it's always about your process and how you get your things done. Okay, start small and start building on this. So this is the idea about the boards. I think I'm running a little bit out of time. Now, on top of these boards, you can build your dashboards and your KPIs. So let's say I will show you a little bit some KPIs. Maybe the dev KPIs. So you have the operations on the workflow side, where you have the visibility on the status of your ALM. But also you need to monitor your performance. And to monitor your performance, the most important point here is to give visibility on these statistics per department, per team, because it's like a gamification where you can project your charts and KPIs for each, teams and sub-teams, etc., in order to move things forward and to take decisions. It's important where to take decision and when. Okay, so this kind of dashboards also in JIRA, you can get them out of the box. You can build your own dashboard and put the gadget that you want, and this is the idea. Is it clear? Okay, so Confluence and JIRA, imagine that you have your requirements now, or your content, and you have your tracking system. And how to link this content to the tracking system, we don't have time to see it over the application, but I think now you have an idea where your requirements, let's say your first design, okay, instead of writing this in a Word document and make this ping pongs over emails and send the physical documents over emails, you have it now in a content management system, readable. So I'm sure that it is the latest version that I'm checking, and I can link it to my epics and stories or tasks inside JIRA for the follow-up of this progress. So all people in one single place, okay, they are getting there. There's no window for mistakes or lack of visibility, because if I'm a contributor or I'm a stakeholder in a certain project, I know that I have a space for me in Confluence, and I know that I have a workflow for me, and my Kanban is there, or my Scrum board is there, where I can build my backlog and plan my work. So besides JIRA and Confluence, very quickly, you have a lot of products. I invite you to check them on our website. So you have a nice integration with your daily job on Outlook. You receive a lot of information over Outlook every day, right? And you have attachments, and sometimes you need to track these attachments in one single place and send them to JIRA. So you have a nice add-on, which is Outlook to JIRA. You can have your JIRA, what we've seen in the Kanban board or Scrum board, or the task management on a mobile app, iOS and Android. So you have the JIRA mobile. You have also, like Outlook, you have Gmail to JIRA. You have a chatting management module integrated with JIRA. So imagine that you have a task and you need to raise a quick questions to your stakeholders inside the application, so you can make a chat directly with them, share your screen, etc. This is very nice for IT teams and non-IT teams working together on JIRA. Now you have some advanced, technical solutions like Bamboo for the continuous integration. So if you are building your application or mobile app and you want to generate your test environment on a daily basis or every submit to your SVN or Git, so Bamboo, it is the right tool for you, integrated with the tracking systems and Confluence, to generate your applications in an automatic way. So imagine that you can build your test environments in a few seconds, the database and the application and etc., and send it to the testers. You have also a couple of tools like Bitbucket and Crucible for the code reviewing and branching over Git or SVN, and the Fisheye, where you can see your submits. From the task itself on your development, you can see all the change lists in your SVN or Git. So this is the kind of solutions that you can build within these tools. We build these applications for different companies in the GCC. We worked with Dubai Police, Dubai Smart Government. We have a couple of banks like Bank Audi. We have also BankMed. We have Saudi Airlines, STC. We implemented this for 28,000 users. So imagine that you have in one compound or in the Saudi Arabia 28,000 users working within the same application. They have 150 applications, but this is a huge challenge of collaboration, right? So you have users on JIRA, you have 10 users on JIRA, and you have thousands of users on JIRA. So it is designed to fit into small teams and large corporation teams. Okay, Dubai Police, they are using it for 11,000 users, etc., etc. Murex are a good user of it. We have more than 3,000 users, and so on. So thank you. This is the end. So I have good news for you. If you feel like you need to get more information about this, we for the Agile Tour Beirut, we offer, I mean, a free consultancy. We can discuss with you over WebEx or on site some use cases and best practices that we've watched around, I mean, our clients. So feel free to send your email. Okay, thank you. Enjoy your day.